So what does it mean to factor a polynomial? It means that we take a polynomial written in standard form, which this polynomial is, with the term with the highest degree written first, no parentheses, and written in descending order of degree. And we want to turn it into a set of factors, that is, a set of expressions multiplied by each other that return you to the original polynomial. Just like factoring 20 is turning it into 4 times 5 or 2 times 10, we're going to take the polynomial and turn it into 2 or more factors that again multiply back to the original polynomial. So in this case, the first step is we look at the three terms, 4x cubed, 12x squared, 16x, and we determine, do we have any common factors in these three terms? Well, looking just at the coefficients, 4, negative 12, and negative 16, we have a common factor of 4. So we'll divide all of these terms by 4. But we also see we have an x cubed, an x squared, and an x, which means that all three of these terms can also be divided by x. When we do that, and we factor out the 4x, what we have now is 4x on the outside, and inside we have x squared minus 3x minus 4. We no longer have any common factors on the set of terms inside the parentheses. So now we go to our next step and we determine, can we use the methods we've been using in the last couple days in class to break that into 2 or more factors? And what that means in particular is, can we find two numbers that multiply to negative 4 but add to negative 3? Well, it turns out that the two such numbers, since one must be positive and one must be negative to multiply to negative 4, we can get a negative 4 and a positive 1, and so we can factor x squared minus 3x minus 4 to x minus 4 times x plus 1. So now we have completely factored our polynomial, 4x, x minus 4, x plus 1. There is no more factoring that we can do. We've broken it into three distinct factors, 4x, x minus 4, and x plus 1. If we multiply these three together, we're going to get back to our original polynomial, 4x cubed minus 12x squared minus 16x. All right, so let's look at another example. And let's say we'll look at, let's look at this one. So again, common factors in the coefficients, 3, 6, and 9. So we can divide a 3 out of all three of those coefficients. We have x terms for all three, so we can divide an x out of all three of those, and that'll give us a largest common factor of 3x. What's left inside is x squared plus 2x minus 3. So now what we're looking to do is find two factors, x plus or minus something times x plus or minus something, such that we get two numbers that multiply to negative 3 and add to positive 2. So since the two numbers have to be opposite signs, since they multiply to a negative 3, we know that we can use 3 and negative 1 to multiply to negative 3, but 3 and negative 1 also add up to 2, so we can use that for our factorization. And so we end up with 3x times x plus 3 times x minus 1, completely factored. There's no more factoring we can do, and these three factors together will multiply back up to our original 3x cubed plus 6x squared minus 9x. Now when we go to the next step of setting this equation equal to 0, we now have a much easier time solving that, because we'll be able to see that values of x equals 0, x equals negative 3, or x equal 1 will make the whole polynomial have a value equal to 0.